Welcome to the Smooth Force Fitness Podcast, episode 7. I'm your host, Lamar, and I have the honor to introduce someone really special to this episode. This is someone who I actually met in 2019 when I ventured into the bodybuilding scene. And I met her in a posing class, and immediately she was just a standout competitor. And I said, I need her on my podcast, Sumaiya Sarwar. Uh, I may have butchered your name. I don't know. I'm sorry if I did, but I really appreciate you being on the Smooth Forward Fitness podcast. You, in general, are someone who helps women turn their fitness and bodybuilding into reality. I would say that would kind of under umbrella describe you, because you are a wellness pro bodybuilder, uh the first Bangladeshi uh professional wellness bodybuilder. Is that correct? I believe so. You're a posing coach, and I'm sure there's like 400 other things that you do that makes you stand out. So once again, thank you for being on the Smooth Force Fitness podcast. And with that said, let me ask you, how long have you been to bodybuilding, and which division do you compete in?
So I started competing in 2018.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was a women's figure competitor. I competed, I did 2 shows, 2018, 2019. Then
Okay.
I switched over to wellness when it was announced.
Okay.
And I've been competing in wellness since 2021 till now.
Nice, nice, nice. Uh, Bodybuilding is a sport that you have to be so dedicated into. Like between the dieting and just the gym sometimes twice a day, out of all the sports out there, what drew you into such an intense and mentally focused activity?
I mean, I was already working out from a young age. So I
Okay.
started working out when I was 6 years old.
Oh, nice,
My
nice.
mom is the one who put me to work out because I was overweight
Okay.
as a kid.
Oh, okay.
And when I came to America in high school is when I started lifting weights.
Nice. Okay.
I
Okay.
continued on and off doing something fitness related, like through my college and everything. So at some point, I was like, if I'm working out and I'm lifting weights and I'm eating right, I want to look the
Mm,
way people look.
makes
That's
sense.
when I found out the difference between bodybuilding versus just working out or powerlifting or CrossFit and all that.
Mm,
So since I was already in that lifestyle and I was already doing most of the things, I wanted to pursue bodybuilding.
okay.
Once I
Okay.
started looking more into it and I found out that there was not enough representation of people from my ethnicity, or there was like literally no
Mm-hmm.
wellness wasn't around at that time, so like no
Yeah.
pro that I had known of.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
there was, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know. It wasn't advertised as much. So
Mm,
it something was shifted in my mindset and I wanted to become the first.
okay.
And I
Oh,
stuck with it.
okay. Now, what were some of your biggest hurdles and successes in this industry?
As a competitor, like
Yeah.
what I
So
struggled with.
so with the exception of getting your pro card, congrats on that.
Thank
That's
you.
that's a milestone, and everyone who does enter the sport, they have that goal of getting that pro card, and most don't reach it. So that's
Thank
phenomenal
you.
that you did. But during the process of bodybuilding training, what were like a hurdle that came your way that just kind of like maybe took you a little while to get around to conquer, and the complete opposite, like what is one of your highs, your most enjoyable moments, or just a feel good moment in your career?
And for a long time, I struggled to kind of stick to my diet.
Mm, mm,
I struggled with binge eating or
okay.
emotional eating. I
Mm,
have had mental health issues most of my life, on and off.
okay.
Bodybuilding is what made me realize that instead of dealing with my issues or
Mhm.
finding healthy solution, I was going to food.
Mm, mm. Food does taste good though.
Yeah. And I think later on down the road, whenever I would go into a prep or even like off season, and I was able to not break from my diet for 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, it just made me believe in myself more and more. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
I'm able to do this. And that was one of my biggest struggles. And
Yes.
now it turned into a victory because now I'm able to do that while still not have bad relationship with food.
Nice. Nice.
Like I
Nice.
know when it's an important event and I don't feel guilty to go and have a meal with family or something
Okay.
like that. And I don't punish myself with
Hmm.
more cardio because I ate that. So like the mental thing that I had with food is healed in a way.
Nice. Nice. I know that I'm not gonna say bodybuilding isn't for me, but I probably did it all wrong. When I did it. So I ate well. I followed a really strict meal plan. My cheat snack was like a spoonful of peanut butter. That was my cheat snack. Super clean eating. Competitive. Drop to say 8 pounds to get on stage 212. And but after the show,
Mm,
I ate everything in sight. I mean, one day I had 6 honey buns in a matter of like 2 hours. I went to the
mm,
store, got 4 honey buns, ate it while walking, went back to the store, got two more. So less than 2 hours
yeah.
and ate it. That was my struggle because I was so focused on my diet that once I was off the stage, everything that I desired, I ate.
Yeah.
And that's I'm
A
sure
lot
other
of,
people
yeah.
go through it.
I struggle with that too.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I still do sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more manageable than
Yeah, yeah,
before.
true. I believe it. I believe it. Uh
Like I'll be 100% honest with you. New York Pro was
mhm.
the first show I ever did
Okay.
when I didn't place on a top 5.
Oh wow. Wow.
And it's a pro show. You
Mm-hmm.
know the saying like once you master a level,
Mm-hmm.
you're the beginner at the next
Yeah,
level.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
I'm
yes.
the beginner at that level and that
Mm-hmm.
was the first time I stepped on stage next to other pros and Olympians.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even get me started how horrible that prep was.
Okay,
I
okay.
wanted to, like, I was considering pulling out of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see Steve
Mm-hmm.
when I was 6 weeks out, I believe. And he was like, do you want to, like, get out of the show? Because
Mm-hmm.
you need to lose at least like 12, 14
Oh
pounds.
wow. Wow.
So I had to fire my coach 2 weeks out. Like, bottom line, it was just super stressful,
Mm-hmm.
but I pulled everything together. I lost like
Mm-hmm.
15 pounds in two,
Nice.
3 weeks. It
Nice.
was,
Nice.
but my goal was just to show up because I've
Mm-hmm.
made a commitment.
Nice.
I knew I wasn't going to be on top 10, but it was still a humbling experience
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless. So after prejudging, when I knew already
Mm-hmm.
that I wasn't going to place on top 10, I thought I didn't have to go back for finals. So I went out and I ate whatever I wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my pro
Uh
friends are like calling me, texting me. They're like, "Where are you, Sumaya? You have to
mm-hmm.
come back. You have to get back on stage."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh shoot, I'm all bloated now." And that was another thing that taught me that at a certain level of sportsmanship, win or lose, how you show up, that
Mm-hmm.
says more about you as a person, as integrity. Like I didn't have time to sit back and sulk.
Mm,
I
mm.
couldn't go and take a laxative and wait for my
Yeah.
abs to come back out. I had to put that suit back on, smile, get on
Mm.
stage.
Every athlete has starts a fitness journey with their unique physical canvas. Okay. I noticed that during your earlier years, you were definitely quite dominant. Okay. Uh, and as nice as that looks for the outside industry, for folks not in the industry, how did that play a role in your training? And did it affect your stage presence?
So honestly, I started taking lifting seriously 2 years before I started competing.
Okay.
So 2016, 2017, I was just going to the gym because I wanted to be strong. And that's when my quads developed.
Okay.
It wasn't part
Okay.
of the plan. It's because I just wanted to be strong. So I was lifting like a power lifter. I was
Yeah.
doing sumo deadlift. I was doing heavy squats, leg press. And because I think my core wasn't as strong, my quads were doing most of the work. Because later on, when I started competing in women's figure, I had to do 2+ hours of cardio and so
Okay.
much work to bring down my legs.
Okay. Okay.
But on the bright side, when I went into wellness, yes, my quads were how they should be. Obviously, you can always progress more. But that's when I needed to do a lot more work on my core, like stomach
Okay.
vacuums or
Okay.
doing bird dogs or
Yeah.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And once my core became stronger, I was able to get better engagement for my glutes and hamstrings and posterior chains. And my
Okay.
quads weren't taking over.
Nice. Nice.
So
Nice.
I would say 2022, before I went to compete and win my pro card in 2023. That whole year was dedicated towards building my posterior chain to
Okay.
match my quads because my
Okay.
quads were already like pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, as a pro, I probably have like 2 exercises
For your
a
quad.
week for
And
quads. I'll
yeah.
do a hack squat and I'll do a seated leg extension. That's it.
Okay.
All
Okay.
3 of my leg days are glutes, hamstrings, hamstrings.
And it's that's just
That's the division I compete in. That's
yeah.
what I chose. So that's
Yeah.
the look.
Yeah.
They want us to be lower dominant
Mm-hmm.
in the wellness division, upper body similar to bikini,
Okay. Okay.
conditioning wise.
Mm-hmm.
They want more conditioning in the lower body and more size.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
they still want balance between the muscle groups in the lower body.
So posterior, anterior, nice balance.
Yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the anterior is the front, like the quads and so on. The posterior chain is the glutes, the hamstrings, and so on, the back of the body.
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. Uh, it's an expensive sport to get into, especially on the women's side. Because I know when I competed, I got some shorts, you know, and that was almost it. That was almost it. Women, on the other hand, they have whatever attire they're wearing, the makeup, uh, there's jewelry.
Yeah.
Do you wear jewelry?
Yes,
Okay,
we
jewelry.
get jewelry, heels.
The heels. There's so much that, and the price adds up. They look amazing on stage, but there's so much, and the price adds up. So if someone was trying to pinch pennies and they just wanted to hire one of the two, a posing coach or a meal planner, which other two would you say you should lean towards?
Ooh, that's a hard one because
Mm-hmm.
both matters.
Yeah.
If you don't have the physique,
Mm-hmm.
but you know how to pose, you're still not going to place
True.
the
True.
best.
True.
If you have the physique, your posing is a little off, you can still place on the top 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like asking, like, do you get the GPS for your car
Mm-hmm.
or because it's going to make it easier for you to get to your destination, or do you not get the GPS
Mm-hmm.
to save money, but it's going to take you more time to get there? You
I
know what
know.
I mean?
I like how I put together.
So I
Yes.
would say invest in a good coach. That's when I saw the most progress.
Okay. Okay.
I stopped paying this like $150 coaches and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's learning as they're coaching others. But after a certain point in time, I just wanted somebody to give me the right guidance. So if that's the case, I would say invest in a coach who's already producing what you're looking to achieve in those
Okay.
specific divisions,
Okay.
even
Okay.
if it's for like paying them and penny pinching somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
because at least they know exactly what you need to do.
Got you. Got you. I mean, it's all about enjoying the process and placing, really. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, when I competed, placing was my goal. It didn't happen, but it was my goal. And if you're going to dedicate yourself, and a lot of dedication is needed, you might as well spend what's necessary to get you in the best position to reach your goals.
Yeah.
So
It's like you're taking a risk, like
yeah,
everything else in
yeah.
life. What I did is, all right, so when 2020 is COVID happened, right? Everything closed up. That
Mhm.
was around the time when they introduced the wellness division in the
Mhm.
United
Mhm.
States. It's a
Mhm.
new division. Not many people know what to expect.
Okay.
By then, I had already worked with 3 trainers
Mhm.
between 2018
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
then,
Mhm.
and 2 coaches.
Okay.
3 of the trainers didn't really know, they were dabbling with coaching bodybuilding. 2 of the coaches have coached and
Mhm.
had some pros,
Okay.
but they didn't really know much about the wellness division.
Mm.
And they were fairly cheap, on the
Okay.
cheaper end. Now I start researching. I came across the person, IFBB Pro John Jewett.
Okay. Okay.
He was out of my price range. I think it was like $4,000 or $5,000 for the whole year.
Oh wow.
But once I found him and I saw that he turned one person into pro and his methods and everything, he was a registered dietitian. Pretty much, what are you looking for? All the things
Mm.
I was looking for,
Okay.
check, check, check.
Yeah.
So it's COVID. I'm not working.
Mhm. Mhm.
I started dabbling with like lifestyle training. So I'm not making enough money.
True.
I'm
True.
getting the checks from the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gathered that up and I
Mhm.
gave it to him as
Okay.
an investment.
Okay. Okay.
I would say, though, I learned so much from him.
Mhm. Mhm.
And with him is when I learned about like the stress bucket, like how it's not just the physical stress, it's
Yeah.
also the emotional stress from
Mm.
work, and how that affects your recovery and
Mhm.
all that.
Mhm.
That was before he started the J3 University. Now he has a whole thing of like certification and programs for coaches to learn
Nice. Nice.
through
Nice.
him.
Nice. Okay.
And I
Okay.
take classes there even now from there. You can
Okay.
learn about like nutrition, women
Mm.
specific training, and all that. This is not a plug for him. I'm just sharing my experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I hadn't taken that chance, I think it wouldn't have expedited my process of getting my pro card 2 years down the road.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
He wasn't the coach that I won my pro card with. I went
Okay.
to someone else.
Okay. Okay.
But still, he taught me a lot of the things that I wasn't learning, that I
Mm.
needed to learn.
Got you. So while talking about coaching, you're a pro. You are a posing coach. If I understand correctly, you have a posing coach while you're preparing for your shows. Now, so how important is it for you to have a posing coach, although you are yourself a posing coach?
So, my posing coach is from Brazil. She
Okay.
is the posing coach of Isa Barrera, who
Mm.
is Olympia and Arnold winner in my
Okay.
division.
Nice.
Last 2 years, I think she was on the top two, like
Mm-hmm.
someone else won. Now, at this point in time, I have the mandatories and all that. I can come up with choreography. For me, I just like somebody to hold me accountable.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And also, like, let's say, as my body's changing and she's working with the people who are already placing on the top in Olympia, she
Mm-hmm.
knows
Mm-hmm.
what rules have changed, or
Okay.
maybe what is getting favored with the judges up there
Okay.
or not. So it's more like those little tweaks,
Mm.
because the more you go to different levels, people are already doing the basics plus some.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
can you become exceptional?
Okay.
That is
Okay.
why I have a coach.
Okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. And now, as a coach, are you selective with who you choose as a client, or are you open to all levels, a novice and just whatever level they are? If they come to you with interest in like, okay, I want to learn this, or I'm in this, I'm in this division. I've been doing it for a few years. I heard you're a great coach. I want you. How do you select your clients?
So at this point in time, I only coach females.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
always only coached females.
Okay. Okay.
I only do fit model, which is the newest division,
Okay.
bikini, wellness, and figure,
Okay.
because that's what I have experience with.
Okay. Okay.
And I mostly take on novice
Mhm.
natural athletes
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because I don't feel comfortable prescribing performance enhancement drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And the higher you go on divisions, the more muscularity and all that they look for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So for me, that's like those are the division I go and I take for. However, I don't take on clients just because they came to me. I do have a cap. I like to work like very hands on.
Got you. Got
And I
you.
don't take more than, like, right now I have 5 athletes that are competing this year,
Okay.
and maybe like 2 or 3 more I
Mm-hmm.
would take on.
Got you. Got you. And you know what you said. I'm glad you said it, because that's leading into the next question about enhancements and so on. Do you believe? Do you believe bodybuilders, competitors are pressured into taking enhancements? And this is a two-part question. So part one is, are they pressured, male, female, doesn't matter, in taking enhancements to elevate their presence on stage, the stage presence? And can someone perform well on a non-drug tested organization while being natural?
I think it would depend on, like, there's multiple parts to your question.
Mm-hmm,
The
mm-hmm.
first one was if anybody's being pressured.
Yes.
Now, I don't think so, because post COVID, after TikTok blew up, there's a lot more information, a lot more people are sharing their experiences, so there's a lot more
Yeah.
resources.
Okay.
Before COVID, when I started, there wasn't as much information, and there wasn't the either OCB in the
Mm-hmm.
East Coast or
Okay.
NPC.
Mm-hmm.
And NPC didn't have as many natural shows as they do now.
Okay. Okay.
So if I could go back in time, I would have stayed natural.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Was I pressured? Not really. Kind of, but not really. Because end of the
Yeah.
day, it's free will, right? Nobody
Yeah. True.
forced me to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was the only way
Got you.
of achieving a certain physique
Got you.
or
Mm-hmm.
looking a certain way. I didn't realize that a lot can be done with just nutrition, training, sleeping, stress management, and all that. And also, I think maybe certain individuals weren't as knowledgeable about those aspects. So they would be like, okay, take Anavar,
Yeah.
take this, take that, and that would get you shredded.
Okay.
Yes, that's a way of getting there, but there are other
There's
ways
other
of
ways
getting
to do
there
it.
too.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, I think there's less pressure
Mm-hmm.
because there's more knowledge,
Got you.
more accessibility. That's from like my perspective.
Okay. Okay.
As a female coach, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know about how it is with the
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Most girls that come to me, they're like, okay, I don't want to take anything. This is how I look. What division do you think I would
Mm-hmm.
fit in?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Now, for guys, I wouldn't know, because there is also like a lot of up and coming young people that are like growing tremendously very quickly, and
Mm-hmm.
they're famous and popular on YouTube and
Yeah.
TikTok. So I don't know, maybe they talk about it. But I do work at a supplement store
Okay.
sometimes, Natural Body in Cross Bay Ozone Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I would regularly see people come in and ask for like peptides or like
Got you.
SARMs.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, do
Yeah.
you have BPC, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we don't sell those things here.
Mm-hmm. BPC 157 is so popular right now.
Mm.
Everyone. I hear so much about it. Uh, the other part of the question is, can someone be successful? Let's use NPC for example, or any organization non-drug tested. When I competed in 2019, it was non-drug tested. Uh, I don't know if anything changed, but can someone who is natural compete in a non-drug tested organization and do well? What would you say?
I have seen people do well as natural in I personally have seen in fit model and
Mm-hmm.
in wellness division. I know
Okay.
multiple people, or I have competed with,
Mm-hmm.
that are natural IFBB pros,
Okay.
that are natural but have gone to Olympia.
Yes.
May not have placed on top 10, but they competed in Olympia.
Okay.
They were Olympia
Nice.
qualified.
The
Bikini,
biggest stage there is, Olympia.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bikini, I haven't personally met anybody who's a pro in NPC or IFBB who's natural. I'm sure
Okay.
they exist.
Yes.
Figure, I have no idea,
Yeah. Yeah.
because as you go up on the divisions, it's more and more gritty.
Mm-hmm.
So the competition is going to be different.
True.
So it may not be level filled.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for fit model, the newest division, and maybe bikini, I think you can do that.
Okay.
You can get pro cards naturally, especially if you're like genetically gifted. If you already look like what they're looking for in the division.
Mm-hmm. That's what Ronnie Coleman says. We all know that he did take stuff. He was enhanced, but he also mentioned genetics. I think Jay Cutler says it as well. Genetics takes you so far. The supplements, the enhancements, may add a new tier, but genetics are so important. They're so important. Endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. It'll be, your body. You are who you are,
Yeah.
and there's just some stuff that's gonna add to it. One final question: as a pro, I'm sure you're frequently asked for tips and tricks, how to work this muscle, how to do this. What should I do? What should I prepare for? What should I do?
Mm-hmm.
Should I take energy drinks? Should I do hot yoga? Should I do this and that? So, with that, what would you say to the newbie in the industry? If you had one piece of advice, like, what would you tell
Get the basics down first.
them? Okay, the basics. Okay.
Like, are you eating your meals?
Mm-hmm.
The more meticulous you can be about those little details,
Okay.
it makes the biggest difference.
Okay. Okay. So don't overcomplicate
Yeah.
things.
And if you're making a change, like when it's prep, I understand. Your
Mhm.
coach may like change your cardio training, everything all in one shot.
Okay.
But if you're doing something, don't overestimate what you can do
Mhm.
in short period of time and
Okay.
underestimate what you can do in long period of time. What I mean by that is like
Mm.
a lot of times people would like change a bunch of things, and in 2 weeks they haven't seen much change, especially for females. Our
Okay.
cycles, our hormones, it makes a difference.
Yes.
They were like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna cut more calories into, but next thing you know, you're in your, I don't know, luteal phase. You're supposed to get your menstrual cycle. That's why you're retaining more water.
True.
That's why you didn't see any change, maybe,
Mhm.
with this calorie cut. And
Okay.
you're adding more cardio, adding more stress to your body without giving it another
Yeah.
third week. And that's
True.
probably where the magic would have happened.
Got you.
So
Gotcha.
don't overcomplicate things. Like master, give it a little bit of time,
Mm-hmm.
and then things will fall into place.
You heard it there. Sumaiya, I really appreciate you being on the Smooth Forward Fitness podcast. I'm sure the listeners are going to look forward to following your content, learning more about you. If someone is interested in becoming a athlete, they may look into you and say, I need coaching, I need nutrition. You did it. As I said earlier, when I first met you, you was just top 5 or winning every show from the get-go. Like, you know how to win. Like, winning is something you know how to do in this sport. So once again, thank you. And that is the Smooth Force Fitness podcast. More episode to come.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Thank you.